Clemson being at the top or in the top 4 right now. How would you sum that up?
It's irrelevant right now. I mean, it really is. It just doesn't matter. We got to go play the games. I mean, if we play the games and we take care of our business, all that stuff takes care of itself. I mean, it just is. It's not even worth the conversation at this point. We've got a pretty good resume. I think we're the only top 12 team that's beaten a team in the top 12. At this stage, but what does that mean? This time next week could be totally different, and it will be. Every week is a season of its own, and until you get to the end of the deal, it's just. I know it's fun for everybody to talk about. I made the comment the other day. It's like everybody filling out their brackets, and and then after the Friday night, you go crap, and you scratch everything out, and you're like okay, and then you're like oh heck, it never goes like you think it's going to go. How many people predict a bracket right every year? Very few, if any, and it's hard. I mean, and that's kind of the way it is because it looks good on paper, but you got to go play. And it's fun to talk about and all that type of stuff. But every week in college football, it's a playoff game. Every week. And the picture changes each and every week. I mean, some of these teams that were just, it's just like a matter of fact. This is what's going to happen. They're not even in the hemisphere of discussion now. So it's just irrelevant. I mean, it doesn't matter. What we got to do is take care of Clemson. And if we do that, then maybe it's worth a conversation in November. But sitting here at 6-0, that's like halftime. That's like coming in at the half of a game and saying, all right, boys, we're up 14-0. And they're not going to call the game off. You got to go play the second half. And the same thing. You might be behind. This time last year, I don't even know if Ohio State was in the conversation. They had a loss to an unranked Virginia Tech team at home. And I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know if they were even in the conversation of the Final Four. And they won the national championship. So none of that stuff matters. You better just get dialed in on who that opponent is and go play. And keep your head down, keep chopping wood every single day. And at the end of the deal, you look up and you say, okay, well, here's where we are. And then, you get what you earn there.
Since last year was the first year of a totally new system, did you track that at all?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody, that's what I do. It's my livelihood. Yeah, I track it and keep up with it. I got to do a poll every week. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting to follow. And I'm sure first time, I didn't agree with all the stuff how it all played out. My Final Four was different from their Final Four. But, I'm not on the committee, and I think just like anything, they'll probably be even better this year, having gone through that experience and all that type of stuff and how they get their data and whatever. But I think it worked out great. I think it was awesome. It made college football, which is phenomenally popular right now, it made it even better. And I think it's just right. I don't think more is better. I think it's just right where it is.
Who's in your Final Four?
Shoot, I can't. I don't even remember who all was in there, but I don't remember what the Final Four were. I can't remember last year. But I didn't have the same Final Four. I know that. It doesn't matter. All that matters is what the committee thinks.
We saw this last year with Norton and then over the weekend with the Michigan punter. Why do you think we keep seeing the social media attacks, and what do you think can be done to
that Pandora, that genie's out of the bottle. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You just better have some mental toughness. Don't play. Don't coach. Go do something where you can just kind of, be out of the fray. Because there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, people can go online and say what they want to say anytime they want to. Heard this from a guy in the third stall in the bathroom, and man, did you hear this? I saw this coach drunk as a skunk over here. And it doesn't have to be anything true at all. It can be complete fabrication, complete lies. I mean, when I was coaching at Alabama, I knew all the beat writers, and it was the good old days. You knew all the beat writers, and they would actually, there was a respect there, and they're getting ready to write a story. They'd call you and say, hey, listen, and you have now. I mean, it's like, and it doesn't have to be any you guys, local guys. I'm talking about it's people who aren't even media. It's like everybody's media now. Everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got a record. Everybody's got all these things. So what can you do about that? You can't do anything about it other than understand when you sign up for this deal, you're gonna be open to criticism, and that's just the way it is. And we're all flawed people. We all fail. Sometimes some of us just fail in front of a big audience, and when you're in that realm, you have to take the good and the bad. It comes with the territory. Unfortunately, that's the bad thing about the world we live in now. And but that's why you see a lot of young people making a lot of mistakes too, because their whole life is played out, and it's I think puts even more pressure on them, and expectations and things like that. So whether you're a coach or a player, you've got to really have the proper perspective and understand what really matters, and who you let in here. Because if you let that in there, then you're done.
How much do you address the mental toughness part with your players?
All the time. It's a huge part of who we are. I mean, we've won 15 out of 16. Hadn't happened since the 40s. You better have some mental toughness to be able to do that. And it's something that it's all year long. I mean, you have to develop mental toughness. You have to teach and educate and counsel and deal with all of those things. I mean, as coaches, we're dealing with things now that I never in a million years would have even thought I'd ever have to deal with, 15 years ago, much less 20 years ago. It's just a completely different world. So, yeah, you better have a plan to address all of those things. That's why you have big support staffs, because it's just a lot of different pressures and challenges in 2015 than there were in 1985, 1990, 1995, even 2000. It's a totally different world that you got to deal with in helping these guys, think the right way and be able to, handle success, handle failure, negativity, and so forth.
Coach, do you feel like after the Michigan State game, I mean, do you go over all those situations with your kickers, and do you think maybe every time they walk on the field, they think, what should I do if this happens, or things like that?
Oh yeah, we cover all situations. We do a lot of that in the preseason. We have kind of a little reminders deal that we do each and every week, and you talk about things, but that was just a unfortunate situation. This guy made a bad play. It's that simple. That's football.
Anybody got anything else?
Dabo, were you aware of the story, I think it took place on Sunday, where there was a very sick little girl that they wanted to get her to one Clemson game, and the university sent the band, and just your reaction if the school would do that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think I signed the ball for her. Well, that's just great. I mean, I think most schools and most schools recognize the opportunity that they have to make people smile from time to time in different ways other than just a product on the field. And Clemson certainly gets that, and I think they do a wonderful job of trying to help people in our community as often as possible. It's a great moment.
You mentioned Dalvin Cook as probably the best running back in the country. I'm just curious if you've seen much of Fournette and how you would kind of compare the two of those.
It's like comparing Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. They're both really good, but you can only pick one. I'm picking Dalvin Cook. That guy is, and they're both phenomenal players. They're great players. and I have seen him a good bit, but and maybe it's just more style of play, more what I'm used to. Those are two. I mean, I hadn't seen everybody, but those are definitely the two best guys that I've seen out there. Alabama's got a great back. Certainly the kid at Georgia before he got hurt, but Dalvin Cook, his explosiveness in the passing game, combined with his explosiveness in the running game is unique. Fournette, his size, power, speed is unique. Different players, but both equally great, no question.
Coach, thanks very much.
Okay.